Today on the Platinum Patrol we have another replay from the RathFr Nick. Seems like he's the only one playing the game. Maybe he should be the clan leader. Super Leroy, his opponent, says GLHF. RathFr Nick says GL, no HF. Whoa, what is this SCV doing? Wait, why is there no supply depot? Is this some kind of weird proxy? It's gonna be a barracks? Where's this guy going? He's scouting. What are you doing? You're gonna get supply blocked. Where's your depot? What is this, wood leak? Okay, look, you're gonna get supply blocked. There is no need or any reason to be supply blocked at this point. It's 38 seconds into the game. Whatever. He goes into the RathFr Nick's base, sees a completely normal looking build, realizes that he just messed himself up, blocked his first SCV, and look at the difference here on the workers, right? Also, this guy's not going back to work. There's a shift queue for a reason, my man. You'll figure it out someday. So RathFr Nick, just watch this. So Super Leroy, boom, they're on even workers, right? And then watch this. Look at RathFr Nick's base. Okay, if he was building an SCV, he would... whatever. Early command center before barracks. Oh boy. What a risky build, and I don't understand what's going on. Please don't lose this SCV to this guy. This is gonna die, isn't it? Alright, well, the chase begins. Now, if RathFr Nick had any idea this is going on, the SCV goes down. He had any idea this is going on, he could crush this. Right? Because he hasn't started his hatchery, his command center yet. He could go for some kind of build or push to take this out. If he had one Reaper, his opponent would have no defense. Like if his scouting Reaper here, I'm guessing this is a Reaper, if this was across the map, just one across the map and he started it a little bit earlier, he would just win the game. I'm guessing his opponent at this level wouldn't know what to do about it. He wouldn't be able to finish this. He'd run around the main, be very annoying. Gas just goes up for Super Leroy. What is up with these idle SCVs? They really don't want to work. It's a break day, I guess. We got the Reaper here just hanging out defending the base. Does RathFr Nick have any idea what's going on? He's never scouted his opponent this game. He doesn't know his opponent went to command center before barracks. Unfortunately for him, that is going to put him quite a bit behind. Opponent coming back from the interesting early game build by making a second command center. Going up to a lot of SCVs. Is there a reactor here? Sure, looks like it. RathFr Nick getting a second gas, getting his expansion now. We'll see if he's able to punish this in any way, or ever even leave his base and find out it happened. But, we'll see. Now, we have an interesting split here. There are 6 potential spots for workers to mine these geysers, right? And he has 3 of them, 1 on this and 2 on this. You know what's equally as efficient as this? Having 1 geyser with 3 on it. Thereby saving you 75 minerals and build time on this if you don't think you need it. You do think you need it. Why is this going on? Now, as we saw a little bit earlier, RathFr Nick did lose his Reaper, but he got a scout in. But he doesn't know about the CC yet. You can probably guess at this point, right? Because you can see this going on, you're like, oh well, we still have a command center, but he probably doesn't know how early it came down. A 3rd command center going up at 352. Wow, this guy really likes to make bases. Super Leroy. Against him, RathFr Nick just lands his natural right now. Leroy's has been done for a long time. He's already up to 10 workers on it. He's getting his geyser. Please tell me this is saturated. Okay, why do you need this geyser before you finish putting workers in these? Why does every replay that gets submitted to this channel have the worst distribution of Vespine geyser workers compared to geysers that I've seen in the game? Oh, we got 2 on each. Well, that's better. Are we rallying to it? No. 3 on this one. Alright, making improvements. No rally points set for the barracks. Always a good sign. These don't have rally points either. One would think rallying your units to a location would be good, but we're just going to use the default rally points just because. Now, I see something flying around here. Looks like it's a Viking. Patrolling for drops. Not a bad idea. Getting some gas. Factories. So we have two factories here. The 1-2-1. Can't say I've recalled this build. Actually, I guess it's a 1-1-1 with an extra factory. Not too sure, but we can take a look at Super Leroy is ahead by 6 workers because of how fast he got that second orbital command center going here. Almost called it a Nexus, but it's not a Nexus. It's gotta be a Protoss building, obviously. Now we have Super Leroy's third is going down. Honestly, he should be more ahead in SCVs than he is. I'm guessing he missed some somewhere, but it's not the biggest problem. He has a Cyclone. Has he scouted RathFr Nick recently? No, he hasn't. Okay, so neither of them really know what the other one's doing. I mean, you can't use a scan, right? Because that's what they always say. 220 minerals you lose every time you use a scan. That's not really how it works. But sure, you can say that. Why we have a missile turret here, I have no idea. Wow, this guy really wants gas. Must be going pretty heavy on the tanks or tech units there. Depot on a missile turret. A 4th command center right here. This dude's averaging starting a command center once every 2 minutes and 4 seconds. I want to see if he keeps that up. On the other side though, RathFr Nick, is this his third? He's getting his third up. Not a bad idea. Now the problem with making all these bases at this push here, 3 tanks and 3 Vikings with a group of Marines, his opponent's not going to be prepared for this. Honestly, he is prepared. He has a whole bunch of Marines. But if he runs into the tank fire, it could go poorly. If you look at the upgrades, there's level 1 weapons for RathFr Nick. This is strong timing. His opponent has none. Sorry, that's Leroy's. This is not a strong timing then. Is RathFr Nick getting any upgrades? No. It's going to be really hard for him to push up here, but he does have vision with the Vikings, so he should know. He scans, sees this massive number of Marines that has not left his rally point, the default rally point of the buildings. RathFr Nick pushing it. His opponent has enough just to come down and crush this, I think. Right? He can drop around here, drop in the back, maybe to a flank. Do something. He's also a significant armor. He doesn't want to push in the tanks, true. Into the tanks, true. That is difficult. But I mean, doesn't he have a tech lab and a starport? Oh no, he moved it. I don't think he did actually have it. But he should probably do something here, right? This tank line is sieging up. Super Leroy has like 50% more units. He should be able to do something about this. I think if he has vision, actually his tank's in range of these two. I think that's vision. Yeah, it's in vision. Good pick off there from Super Leroy. For some reason this command center lifted, probably because they're getting shot by tanks, has been taken out by Vikings. And the barracks did not lift, they're getting shot down too. Super Leroy's falling apart. He's up by double the worker count, but he can't produce. Because all the structures getting wrecked. 2 more Vikings come out. The Vikings land from Nick. I'm not sure about that. They land in tank range, lift up into Viking range, and I think he just lost 6 Vikings for nothing. Obviously that is not good. Super Leroy back on the CC train, still averaging 1 every 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Not bad. RathFr Nick forced to go back. Can't push up this high ground into this many tanks and Marines. At least that's what he thinks. But he has to be very careful because Super Leroy has double his worker count, and his army will replenish very, very quickly. That being said, RathFr Nick did land his third, and he is getting it going. Another scan goes down. RathFr Nick sees the third and the workers at it. The counter scan. Okay, not really a counter scan. It was just another scan to the main. Oh no, it was over here. Super Leroy's got 2 medevacs coming up here. Looks like it might be a drop. A couple more barracks get started. That's a lot of barracks, by the way. Interesting. I guess his other ones did die. He let them all die? Wow, he just went down to this 1 barracks. 4th is going to land now from Super Leroy. If he's going to be on track, he needs to start another command center in the next minute. He wants to keep up his pace. Ah, there it is. Look, there it is. He's on track. The 5th command center starting. Very impressive, I must say. So averaging these actually less than 2 minutes per command center at this point. Very impressive. I'm not sure it's useful, but it's impressive. But on the other hand, RathFr Nick's moving across. He does not have the Viking advantage anymore. So he's going to take a lot of damage here. He needs to get the Marines up to protect his Vikings. So he's just taking shots from range at this point. Okay, takes one. The Vikings stop moving. Takes out another one of RathFr Nick's Vikings this time. Let's look at the upgrades. Combat shields and 1-1 for Super Leroy. RathFr Nick has level 1 mech weapons. Never even got stim. Wait, did neither of them got stim? Okay. Neither of them have stim. Neither of them have started stim. We're getting 2-2 bio weapons before stim. He even has like 3 medevacs. This is stupid. I can understand RathFr Nick not getting stim, right? Because he just made a little group of Marines for his first push. There's a few of them alive, but he's on heavy mech here. But there's no excuse for a Super Leroy not to have stim. Unless all of his tech labs died. No, his tech lab barracks is in his main. RathFr Nick denies the 4th again. Or so he thinks, because this one's up and going. And Super Leroy, oh my goodness. Super Leroy at 86 workers, about to max out. RathFr Nick at 53 workers, still 60 supply away from maxing out. Down on upgrades, stim starts finally for Super Leroy. The classic, was it probably 11-10 stim timing start? No, that's not a thing. 1-1 for vehicles, cancels the 1. Cancels them both and restarts the armor. Yeah, that's smart. This is a huge number of tanks though. What is he gonna do? He could probably make some Banshees. He has tech labs he could use. Moves in with the Marines. Oh, they're gonna get wasted. You don't get stim, you can stim in closer to them. Loses the Viking War, and there's just so many tanks here. Super Leroy though has a ton of money. Like, he has a ton of income and he has a decent amount of money banked up. And RathFr Nick's supply line's pretty far. He can just evacuate this base and save his guys. He doesn't have to keep fighting here. He can replenish his forces, get some tanks down here, defend here. He's not in the worst position still. Like, he lost 100 supply there somehow, by the way. Like 80 supply running into these tanks. It's just mass tank. Make some Banshees. Yeah, see, you're fine. You can just set this base up down here. I mean, you didn't have to lift it. You could start another one. But sure, you can lift it and go down here. You might want this gas income still, right? Because you didn't have these saturated for a while, so there's like 1,500 gas here. I guess this isn't bad. He needs to get a siege up position, though. Siege your tanks, man. He's get a sieged up position that RathFr Nick can't push into. Couple shots go back and forth. Tanks moving in. Super Leroy now losing out on a lot of army. RathFr Nick's mass tank having a little bit of a shelling match here. Super Leroy has the Thors. Why on earth are you making Thors versus mass siege tank? Can you explain this to me? There's literally 15 siege tanks and no other units here. Why are you making a Thor? There's not a single air unit. Look, units. RathFr Nick has 2 Vikings and they just finished. There's actually no reason to make a Thor, let alone more than one, as in the 3 you built. One of them I think died. Okay though. All right, this is kind of annoying me at this point. Now this enormous mass tank army moving around here. The Viking group for Super Leroy, if you can take out its points, you can get some good Viking lands maybe on these tanks once they siege up. Get some friendly fire damage in. See, if you had one Banshee, these tanks would all have to leave. Every single one. Because there's no anti-air from RathFr Nick. You're telling me that this entire army, this is not an army. This is, like, in the campaign, when they give you 20 siege tanks and tell you to build a Banshee so you can win the mission. And you just build a Banshee because it's the new unit they unlock. If you build the new units they unlock in the mission, you win. This is the part where they tell you to make Banshees and you just don't. Actually, that's actually not a bad fuel drop in there. It takes out 1 or 2 tanks. These ones are really low. If you land a Viking, you just die too. Okay, Nathanius, says RathFr Nick. Calling out the Turtle Terran, I'm guessing. I don't know how you could call him Nathanius, though. I thought Nathanius went Mass BC or something. RathFr Nick now going for the 3 Thors. Building with 2 already out. Honestly, he can do whatever he wants at this point. I think he'll be okay. Actually, no. His opponent's still in a decent spot. He sieges up 15 siege tanks. Come in 1 tank to defend until he gets the shots are. Stimming on top of the tanks. Good moves. The Thor's getting wrecked. A lot of damage going down. RathFr Nick did lose a lot of tanks. He's down to just 6. Honestly, in a normal game, 6 is a decent enough number of tanks for an army to engage with. But here comes the big Marines. Thor is here. We got 6 Thors moving in, forcing back this command center. This one's still unknown. If we take a look at it real quick for a second here, take a look. Currently, we have 4 command centers. We're about to have 3. With 2 down. Oh man, our guy's been falling off his command center rates. Hasn't been building them. His supply is way low. He's gonna get destroyed at this point. I don't think he can come back. Tries to repair on the Thor, but honestly, the upgrades are just not there. Level 3 weapons on the Thors from the RathFr Nick. I think it's the other upgrades aren't there. GG. That was an interesting game. I think the person who deserved to win this game won the game. Because you can't just wait till 13 minutes to get stim. Or have stim finish at 13 minutes where you're going bio. And you also can't really just run into a bunch of tanks with your stims not done. And anyone who decides to make Thors, and there's 15 siege tanks and no other units, instead of a Banshee or something, deserves to lose the game. But anyway, GG, and we'll see you guys next time.